Hello guys, welcome back to Delta Fleet Flight School with the Razorbill. Today I am playing with Termi. Say hello, Termi.
Hello.
And we are going to be testing how well the Razorbill can defend an aircraft carrier against attacks from enemy aircraft. And first, we'll begin with an attack that probably everybody's familiar with if you've played PvP, which is the supersonic manta. Now, sound barrier isn't really a thing in Carrier Command 2, but whenever we see a enemy Manta flying at maximum speed towards an aircraft carrier with weapons to destroy that aircraft carrier, we just usually like to call it a supersonic Manta, just because these Mantas are extremely difficult to destroy. They fly very, very fast. AA missiles usually aren't enough to kill them, because the Mantis have flares. And they're usually flying so fast that the Sea-Wiz doesn't even have time to engage the aircraft before it can release its missiles. And most of the time, the pilots, if they're smart enough, they will get the Sea-Wiz from the aircraft carrier to attack the Manta so that their missiles aren't intercepted. And if you wait long enough, you'll eventually start fighting players who don't even use IR missiles on Mantas to destroy carriers. They'll start using bombs and rockets instead, which can put you in a very, very difficult situation. So, Termi, you are free to begin the attack on my carrier. I've currently
Copy
set
that.
up 4 Racerbills. All of them have a pair of TV missiles and flares. The ones next to my carrier have sonic pulse generators, which are a handy tool for destroying missiles and bombs in mid-air before they can impact the deck. Now, if you can see my defense layout, I also have some seals in the water next to my carrier in the direction that I believe the attack will be coming from. And my 2 forward Razorbills, which don't have sonic pulse generators, are sent out ahead to see if we can possibly have the opportunity. Oh, and there's the first target. So we're going to get in the
Right.
Razorbill right now and immediately fire the missile. These mantas move so fast that you really have only seconds to react.
Oh,
Oh, and that's the target destroyed. I cannot believe this. Shooting
first
down
attempt.
supersonic mantas is
Yeah, I
incredibly
was going.
difficult.
I was going about 300 meters per second or whatever is
Yeah,
that number.
we're gonna do an instant replay from Termi's screen and put that up right now so you guys can see what that looks like. But that is essentially the basics of defending your carrier against supersonic mantas. The TV missile is a very powerful weapon in the hands of someone who has the skill to use it properly. And that shot that I just did, I've actually never done a shot that well before, and I've played this game for over 600 hours. It's very rare to
Yeah.
find someone who can, but when you do, it seriously increases your survivability. If I had fired an AA missile at that Manta, it's very likely that, first of all, the enemy player would have seen that I fired an AA missile, and then they would have dropped some flares ahead of time, or simply dodged a little bit. It's very easy to dodge missiles when you're flying at full speed. So let's wait for his next aircraft, and then we'll try this again, and maybe we'll get lucky again and
Yeah,
hit his Manta.
that was really fast.
Yes. So here we are. We're now defending against a second Manta attacking our carrier. We're currently sitting in a Razorbill 10 kilometers away from the aircraft carrier and waiting for that Manta to enter our radar detection range. So we see some strobe lights up ahead of us, blinking. We also have some radar seals in the water that will help us detect the Manta. And it's getting a lot closer, but I still don't see a targeting diamond yet. So, oh, I see a smoke trail. I'm just going to launch ahead of time.
Right, I'm engaging.
Okay, so we're focused on this set of strobe lights. We're now 2 kilometers away from the Razorbill, and this missile cannot go beyond 5 kilometers from the Razorbill, otherwise it will automatically self-destruct. Here's the Manta 3.5. We're watching our distance. Oh, we missed it. Can the missile get back on track?
Yep, I'm going
No,
300.
it cannot. That Manta is now getting away from us. We have to switch to our second Razorbill now. So we're going to return this one because it's empty. Switch to this one and engage the enemy. Oh, he
This time
sees.
I'm Yep. This time I'm trying to evade those TV missiles, get away the furthest distance as possible from them, and also I'm going 300 meters per second
Alright, so he
maximum.
successfully dodged that second missile. We only have one more layer of defenses left. This Razorbill. There's the Manta. 2 kilometers away now. Did we get him? No, we did not. Alright,
No.
now let's get back in
Yep.
that Razorbill. And we're good this
You.
time going to try to use our sonic pulse generator in
Yep. You will
combination with
be
our
that.
flares.
All right. So this time I'm gonna engage with missiles. And I also have really low HP due to that CWIS.
Oh yeah. So the sea was in the water is helping us. Okay, so here we are at the carrier. We see he's climbing up for an attack, and he's probably going to dive down towards us. So let's release our flares now and see if it affects his missiles. Oh yes, the missiles went up away from the carrier, and the sea was destroyed the Manta. So that's
Yep.
another successful attack. He did get some damage on us. It looks like one of the missiles may have hit. But we're just going to set the hull to repair now and turn off the alarm and get ready for the next attack. So welcome back. We are now defending against a third Manta. I've lost 2 Razorbills due to low fuel, but that's okay because we'll just launch more. And one of them did go back on the deck, so we'll launch that one soon. And we see that Manta on the horizon, those flashing strobe lights off in the distance. What we're going to do is we're going to remain close to the carrier and fire our missile as soon as we see that targeting diamond. We have our sonic pulse on, flares on. We're just waiting for the target. I see smoke trails, so I'm going to launch now.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Let's see, what is Termin going to do to avoid this? I'm using the smoke trails to see what direction he's flying in to help lead the target. Oh, and he dodges to the right. And I'm aiming between him and the carrier, but he's outrun the missile. So now we have to switch back to the Razorbill. And let's drop some flares over the deck of our carrier because he is about to launch right now. Oh! What happened, Termy? Did the CWIS just get you?
Yep. CWIS get me. You got a lot of CWIS around that carrier.
Yep. It does look like they are at 33% ammo. These seals made a huge difference in defending our carrier, and we were able to destroy an entire Manta's payload with a single Razorbill with a TV missile. So I think we'll call that a successful defense of the carrier. We took minor damage from 3 Mantas and was able to fully repair it while only losing 2 Razorbills due to low fuel. Whenever you're using Razorbills, it's always good to remember just how little the fuel tank is on the Razorbill. And it looks like the third one just crashed. So, anyway, let's move on to defending against other types of aircraft like albatrosses and petrels. Welcome back, guys. This time, we are going to be defending not against Mantas, but against all other aircraft types. We have some unidentified aircraft over here in the airspace to our northeast, and we are going to send out some Razorbills with AA missiles to go see if we can go investigate and destroy them before they cause a problem. And here we have more aircraft showing up, so this definitely looks like suspicious activity, possibly even strike against our carrier. So to begin, let's use this Razorbill. We're going to set an AI waypoint slightly ahead and designate a missile strike against each of these 2 closest targets, and then we'll have it return to the carrier. And then we'll use this other Razorbill behind it to continue forward, but not yet shoot any missiles. Oh, now it looks like our Razorbill is beginning to engage, but it is ignoring the closest aircraft. So that's going to be a bit of a problem for us, but not too much of. Oh, it looks like it's launched a missile. This could be a problem for us. Let's see what kind of missile this is. Oh, is that a manta? It might well be a manta. Let's get into our Razorbills closer to the carrier and push on. Well, hold on. Okay, so there's that missile launch, and now the Razorbill is turning around to launch a missile at this aircraft. It might be a TV missile, actually. No, so this one's out of ammo. It's returning back to the carrier.
Oh, I lost one petrol.
Yep. Okay, so we've downed an enemy aircraft. We see more up ahead, so let's fire one missile and wait a few seconds, and then we'll fire another. So the AI did not do very well in shooting down the aircraft we told it to. Oh, and it looks like there are flares going out from the enemies. So we are going to have to be a little more selective with which targets we go for. These look to be mantas, probably mixed in with Razorbills. And we're waiting until those flares disappear before firing our next missile. Alright, so there's the last missile from this Razorbill, and it just released more flares. So this one is empty. Let's bring it back to the carrier and send one of our local Razorbills ahead. Now we're going to fly at maximum speed because we want to meet the enemy as far away from our carrier as possible to ensure maximum safety. There's a lot of aircraft at our 12 o'clock. We're going to fire one AA missile and see how well it does. So it went for those flares, but let's see if we can push on and wait for those flares to disappear. Oh, I hear bullets. Sounds like something might be trying to shoot at us, or our AI gunner is trying to engage something. Now those missiles are out. Let's use our next Razorbill and attack. Okay, we have one aircraft right here. Let's fire at 4 kilometers. Oh, and that's a splash. We see another aircraft down low. We're going to fire at that one and immediately come back to the carrier. But instead of landing this aircraft, let's hover very close to it so that we can use its flares. And we're starting to get missile launch authorization from our weapon systems. So we're going to launch one. And let's get into our Razorbill and see if we can use our flares to defend the carrier. We got one aircraft incoming. Can't tell what it is though. Looks like a manta. It's flying at a very high speed and has very long smoke trails. Sea-Wiz is opening up. It's diving. Let's release flares. Now it looks like we have 3 enemy aircraft out there as well. Let's launch missiles. And it looks like that one manta is shooting down. Oh, nope, that manta is destroyed. So now we have 3 aircraft remaining and 4 missiles. So we're going to fire one, fire another, and fire another. And let's get back in the Razorbill and see what we can do to help defend. We're going to drop some flares. Oh, and what is this? Ooh. There's a vehicle in the water. That is not good. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on our cruise missiles and fire at the target. I see
No,
the,
my. Let him be. Yes.
oh, that cruise missile failed. And it is having a very difficult time simply because of how close this bear is. So we've lost something. We're getting hits.
Dang it.
There's another vehicle out here. We're taking shots from something. There's another one. So now let's see what's causing all this damage. Front right sea was taken out, and we are at 84% hull health. But we have been detected by something. That probably means there is something around here still alive. Now what is this? Oh, there's a ground vehicle behind the carrier at very low health. It's a Sea Whiz.
Yep. Cruise missile won't work on me.
I think it might. One little known fact about ground vehicle Sea Whizzes is that their ammo capacity only has 100 bullets.
Ah, you're right.
And if this happens, then usually the missiles will run the ammo out. And what is this? We have a little light out in the distance. I suspect that there is an enemy ground vehicle over there that might have been destroyed, or sorry, dropped from a petrol earlier. So let's send out a Razorbill and see if we can go investigate and destroy it before it becomes a threat to our carrier. So here we are, we're out a little bit of a distance away from the carrier, maybe 10 or 15 kilometers away. And here we have a set of extremely suspicious headlights. And I suspect we shot down a petrol earlier, and that petrol was carrying a ground vehicle, possibly a bear, which was meant to destroy our carrier. And we know it's an enemy because the AI turret is engaging, and it has shot an artillery round at us. So, and it's shooting again. So, with that speed of shot, I imagine this is probably a battle cannon. So, we're going to use our AA missiles and do a little bit of dodging to make it more difficult. And we're going to fire these like rockets.
Rockets?
Oh, and they
Ah,
missed.
you missed.
We're going to jump in the other Razorbill and try again with the AA missiles. Okay, here we are, coming up on our target. We want to take a very steady, very accurate shot. Oh no, we crashed into the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Well,
What?
I guess that just leaves one choice, unfortunately. The nuclear option, so to speak.
Oi.
Now, it is possible that bears have sonic pulse generators on them, but players will typically use these on their aircraft instead of their ground vehicles. So the chances of bear surviving this only come down to whether or not there is a wave blocking the viewing scope of the carrier. Oh, there it is. It damaged it lightly, but it's still alive. So we'll fire another one. It's extremely difficult to hit ground vehicles when they're in deep ocean water. The waves make all this impossible sometimes. He's moving sideways. And looking up at the sky, too. And that's another miss. He's doing very well. I can't wait to see what this looks like from your perspective, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy. You missed.
Alright, well, let's just give this bear some time to get closer to the carrier so we can have an easier time aiming. Oh, and what's this? There seems to be another vehicle. A manta is approaching the carrier. Well, we're just going to leave our Sea Whiz defenses on and fire an AA missile. It seems to have impacted the carrier, but luckily our cruise missile systems are still operational. Oh, unless they're not that annoying and harm. And get back to the viewing scope. The enemy bear is now 2 kilometers away, and there's another manta coming towards us, probably trying to do the exact same thing. I believe they're trying to attack our cruise missiles. Let's see if launching a flare does anything helpful. I don't think it will, but, you know, just on the off chance it might. Hey! Ah, and there we go. That is Jeremy's expert piloting skills coming to haunt us. He has successfully destroyed our cruise missiles, which means the bear is safe for the next couple of minutes while this system gets repaired. We're only at 17% repair right now, and that bear is closing at about
Oi.
1.7 kilometers. So it's definitely not putting us in a great situation, but what we're going to do is we're going to outfit this Razorbill with IR missiles and launch it to see if we can destroy the bear before it can kill the carrier. He is now less than a kilometer away. Oh, that was very close to the camera. He is aiming for something. I can't tell what. Oh, he's coming alongside the carrier. Well, let's take control of the Razorbill.
Oh, direct hit.
Yes. And let's go after our target. There he is. We're going to lock our target. And he has destroyed the cruise missiles again, which means this is our last line of defense.
Ah, got me.
There we go. A Razorbill
And
with
that
IR missiles destroys the bear.
Yep, that was
And
the whole strike. What's your health?
my carrier is at 40% health, which is pretty amazing, considering that you launched your entire air wing at us with all sorts of weapons, with
But
advanced
if I had
tactics.
if I had more mantas, I would call it as a successful strike. I'm now
Mm-hmm.
showing the logs of how many things I lost.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty
Well,
brutal.
we were able to survive only with Razorbills and Siwa's ground vehicles. And with that, I think this is a good time to end the video, and I'll see you in the next Delta Fleet Flight School tutorial.
See ya.